Once again, Samsung has taken a big shot at Apple, showing how iPhone users in the Apple walled garden are missing out on some of the groundbreaking stuff that Samsung has done in recent years. Now, while I completely support Samsung for trolling Apple with their folding phones, I can't say the same for the camera shot that Samsung has taken with their Galaxy S22 Ultra, as they mentioned 108 megapixel along with 100x space zoom and 8K video capture. Now, out of these three things that Samsung has listed, only the space zoom is hand down better than the iPhone 14 Pro Max. In fact, it is the best zoom on any smartphone out there. But 108 megapixel is not as sharp as Apple's 48 megapixel in most situations that we have seen, because Apple utilized that in RAW mode, which brings more quality to the table than Samsung's 108 megapixel sensor. iPhone allows you to shoot 4K cinematic video, also does higher quality action mode video than Samsung, which is a feature that Samsung had since Galaxy S10. Meanwhile, Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra camera specs emerge, and we aren't surprised. It's just one upgrade to talk about. Samsung almost never downgrades camera specs on its phones, and the S23 Ultra will be no different. That said, it's common practice for the phone maker to keep some of the hardware unchanged on its flagship for at least a couple of years. According to leaker Yogesh Brar, the Galaxy S23 Ultra's well-rumored 200-megapixel camera will be accompanied by a 10-megapixel 10x periscope camera, a 10-megapixel 3x telephoto camera, and a 12-megapixel ultra-wide lens. Essentially, the phone gets an identical camera setup as the Galaxy S22 Ultra, albeit for the 200-megapixel shooter. The new Galaxy S23 Ultra has a large battery with a capacity of 5000 mAh battery with 45 watts fast charging. In addition, we recently saw that the processor of the American version of the Samsung Galaxy S23 lineup is Qualcomm's Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, and that is much faster than the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 processor, and of course Samsung's own improvements in camera software post-processing. Rumors suggest Samsung will skip its own Exynos processor for next year's flagship phone. This could also be an important factor in your decision-making if you live in an area where Exynos is your only choice at the moment. So, with that being said, let me know your thought in the comment below, and if you are new here, please subscribe. Peace out.